Morning. Well, it is very early here at Stansted Airport. In fact, it's 4:15 in the morning. And I'm about to take a very early morning flight to Tenerife. Now, this flight was very cheap. I'll come to the price in just a second. But first, it's a bit chilly. Let's get into the terminal building. Oh, and get my bag. What's pretty good about this car park is all these lights actually dim. I sat in the car just trying to sort my bag out and all the lights went dim. As soon as I got out of the car, the lights went up. In hindsight, I should have bought a coat actually, but I thought I'm just gonna get out of the car, get into the terminal, get on the plane and then get off, and hopefully the weather will be very nice and warm. In fact, the temperature's around about 28 degrees, I think, when we land in Tenerife, so I thought there's no point bringing a coat. Plus, there's a good reason, because I'm traveling light. This is why I love this car park. If you want to do a car park that is so close to the terminal, definitely check it out. I think it's Car Park Green. Terminal's just there. It's about a 2-minute walk. Not exactly traveling light because this backpack weighs a ton. Obviously trying to get the flight cheap, I've done no bags apart from the bag that you can fit underneath your seat. So I've literally jammed as much as I possibly can into it. Because I'm in Tenerife for a few days, I don't need too much stuff. Just some underwear, a couple of t-shirts. Monday mornings in Stansted are always, well, they do seem to be always quite busy, but it doesn't seem too bad this morning. There's people sleeping on the floor. I spoke too soon. The queue is always for Ryanair, quite busy. See if my flight's on time. Obviously all Ryanair flights this morning. There's a couple of Jet2. So as this is just carry on, I don't need to go through bag drop, I can just go straight through security. So how much did this flight cost me? It cost me £100. So £50 there and £50 back. I've also got car hire on the other side. I need a cup of tea. So let's go through security. The only downside, of course, is taking this on the plane. I have to sort out all my liquids, which take forever. I don't know whether it's like this every year, but at the moment it seems like the flights to the Canary Islands, especially to Tenerife, is very cheap. So why wouldn't you take the opportunity to go and grab a little bit of winter sun or autumn sun? As it comes to security, I always go this way because it does seem a little bit quicker. Right near fast track. Sorting out my liquids. You only had one of these, aren't you? I'm sure these bags are actually bigger now than what they used to be. I always leave the odd bit of liquid in there to see if they actually do check it. So I've left one little bit of liquid in there, a little bit of toothpaste. Let's see if they pick that up.
A few moments later.
So I got through in about 5 minutes. So it was so quick going through that part of security. The other side, there was queues. That took me 5 minutes. Don't know what it says about security though, because I left some liquid in my bag and they didn't pick up on it. It's only just the start of November and all the Christmas stuff is up in the airport. Why do I want to press that? Does nothing. I would have loved that as a kid. I was obsessed with red buses. Are these a good deal? What is this thing with airports and Toblerone? Currently 4:45 right now. The flight goes at 5:55, so definitely got time for a cup of tea. The only problem is where do I go? Because if I go to Wetherspoons, it'll be absolutely packed, or I could try to go to somewhere that has a bit of a view. Come on. Don't know what it is, but whenever I check out cheap flights, it's always Monday morning seems to come up the cheapest. That's probably why it's always so busy too. There's now a Lego store in here. Okay, Lego has got a lot more advanced since when I played it. Look at that. Will it be open or will it be shut? I think we might be in luck. It's always super busy in the other bars and restaurants here at Stansted, especially at the Wetherspoons, but up here it's always very quiet. But it is a bit more expensive, but you get some great views out to the airport, even though it's still pretty dark at the minute. Your flight information's there, which is pretty good. Well, to be fair, this place just has opened up, but I always say that if you want somewhere quiet The breakfast might be a little bit more expensive, but cup of tea is the going rate, and you get to view some of the aircraft. I actually really love coming up here, especially considering how busy the airport is downstairs. There's like nobody up here. I feel like a VIP. Who gives brown sugar for tea? Oh well, that's all they had. Does it really taste much different? Cheers. So this time I didn't get overly a great deal on the car hire. In fact, actually, it was almost as much as the flight. It cost me £74 for this car hire, which I booked for when we land in Tenerife, which should be around about 10:30. So I've decided to book it for 11, and that should give us enough time. It can be cheaper if you book it off airport, but I decided to book it on airport because I didn't want to waste any time, because I knew that I'd be very tired. I didn't sleep very well last night because Casper kept us up, so yeah, about 24 hours with no sleep. You could probably see the lines by my eyes. I apologise. Right, gate information is up. Tenerife, gate 52. Gate 52, this way. I do like a good morning flight, especially as you get up as the sun's rising. I think the weather's going to be a little bit cloudy actually when I get to Tenerife. I'm hoping for some sun. It's like a Ryanair terminal. Mind you, that's pretty much what Stansted is now, isn't it? Looks like they've upgraded their signs. That looks pretty good.
This is a call for Ryanair flight FR1268 to cargo, foot aboard shortly at gate 43. Please make your seat on board for the front.
I always forget they've actually got a little bit of a restaurant kitchen at the gate with handy power points.
Next one, please.
Thank you. I'm pretty close to the front actually, number 8A. I don't overly like being at the front. I normally like being at the back, but I did actually pay for this, but this was the only window seat they had. The flight time is around about 4 and a bit hours. Sun's just about to come up. Let's get on board. Don't you hate that when you've paid for a seat and someone's in your seat? That's right, they moved. One thing I hate about Ryanair is that you've got nowhere to put your stuff, so you kind of just have to hold it or put it in your bag. Never looks good when it looks like the plane's falling apart. So they've just advised that if you want to look at the menu, you need to scan the QR code now while you've got data, because they don't hand out the menu cards. So there's nobody sitting in the middle seat. There's a guy on the end who's snoring away. One downside, sitting next to the window if you need to get to the toilet and someone is asleep next to you, is snoring. We haven't even taken off yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're very welcome to Tenerife. The word the local time is 11.
That's the beauty of taking your bag on board, that you don't actually need to worry about picking it up from baggage claim. So my car hire is in the arrival hall, which is just over there, and hopefully it should be easy. Let's go. So I'm looking for Gold Car. Hi, do you know where Gold Car Rental is?
Just down your left.
down here on my left. Your worst nightmare as well is when you turn up to your car hire and there is a queue. Not too much of a queue over here, but gold car, there's a queue. So here's my car, a trusty Fiat 500. You know, I'm not a big fan of gold car because there's so many extra hidden charges. For example, the fuel, it cost me 110 euros as a deposit, which I do get back at the end if I don't fill the car back up with fuel. Add to that the extra insurance if I did want to take it for 4 days would be 150 euros. Now bearing in mind it's just after midday and I'm actually bringing it back midday on Thursday, so that in theory should count as 3 days, but no, it does count for 4 days. And there was a long wait, there's about a 25-minute wait to get the car, and then I was waiting to get the keys. So it cost me £75 for this car. I opted not to take the extra insurance just because, well, it'd be more than the flight. It'd be ridiculous, so let's hope I don't scratch it. Would be so close to another car, wouldn't it? They're setting me up for fall straight away, aren't they? It's crazy to think that if I took out the extra insurance, it would be double the cost of the flight there and back. Right, let's head to the hotel. It's around about a 25-minute drive from here. Might be cloudy, but it is very warm. What does it say? 26 degrees. What's beeping? Let me shut the door. Compared to other cars I've rented, Spain is definitely more expensive for car hire. Greece is so much cheaper, especially the excess. I mean, if you've got the balls to do it, you know, all you need is 1,100 euros on your credit card. And then he proceeded to give me a price list of if I scratched the car, it would be 600 euros. If I got a chip in the window screen, it would be 350 euros. So, I am a little bit worried, I'm not gonna lie. So I've just turned up to my hotel and well, you might be able to see it behind me. Apparently it is a very nice hotel. It has had over 6,000 excellent reviews on TripAdvisor. Well, I hope you enjoyed the travel day video. If you want to see more travel day videos, as always, do tell me in the comments. Please make sure you give the video a thumbs up. And if you're watching this before that video comes out, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're watching this after the videos come out, you should see it on the screen now. I'll see you next time.